Hey, this is Maverick. I want to welcome Bourbon Leather to the Slacker82Alpha family. They are our new sponsor for the show. They're the ones who do our hats. If you've seen the hats that I wear on the show, that's the ones that they do. They offer custom leather patch hats made with real full grain leather. So make sure you check them out at bourbonleather.com and tell Freddie Maverick and Goose sent you. If you use the promo code Slacker, that gets you an additional 10% off. So if you have a show and you want hats for the show, or you just like wearing hats like I do, get them, man. These guys are great. The product is great. The hats are great. They're comfortable. I mean, you can't ask for a better hat. And they're reasonably priced. So once again, make sure you go to bourbonleather.com. Make sure you tell Freddie that Maverick and Goose sent you. And again, use the promo code SLACKER for 10% off.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Old glory, and I'm stars and stripes forever, embedded in the hearts of our heroes, worn on soldiers' sleeves. I'm revered by allied nations. I am worshipped and respected. I'm saluted and protected, and I'm feared by enemies. Let my soldiers through the trenches, in the fields of every battle. I've been torched and burned and set on fire. In the nations I set free. I've stood solemn as a witness to our heroes' final hours. In the name of God, the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, I honor thee. As I'm laid down upon you, I fly half-mast, braced in a grieving mother's arms. As I lay my rose upon you, I will support and defend the Constitution. So help me God. Stand tall and proud with eagle eyes, protect our homes and institutions. From our churches to our children's schools, stand watch from outer space. I am recognized around the world, stand for peace, truth, honor, justice. Instill the love of God, defending freedom. God bless USA. As I'm laid down upon you, I'm wrapped in folds of honor, braced like breathing mother's arms. As I lay my rose upon you, we'll support and defend the Constitution. So help me God. Windy day, you can feel my independence. I bow to no one, but I vow to protect our nation's freedom. And stars and stripes, oh glory, our star-spangled banner. Oh glory, I'm indebted as our freedom is free. true, but it is. Oh, it is.
Yeah. I know it's a shame, you smiling, holding the pain. You working, they holding your pay. It's a fat, it's a tax to make it so you can't relax. And you broke at the end of the day, it's always the same. They send it all to Ukraine, while children that long to be saved. Look what they doing, our country is soon to be ruined. They screwing the home of the brave. Who do we blame? The news won't take it, the truth. Delusional fools do remain. Got the principles of a Christian who, you know, can never be used for their gains. We're used to the games, it's time to wake up America. Here to remove the restraints, they got us in chains. Better keep God close and be united again for a change.
Oh, it's a damn shame what the world's gone to, from people like me and people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gone to, from people like me and people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
Yeah, you know what I hate? The way veterans don't get a break after putting their life on the line. They come back to the States and depression is racing. Need help so they won't contemplate suicide. Addiction rates higher than ever. People ashamed for just trying to get better. Alcoholism been calling in victims. This sickness will leave our relationships severed. No, this ain't no joke. On social media, why is everything woke? Wanted Biden, but now they're regretting their votes. Bet you agree Trump was better than most. I just pray that we never surrender our hope. Innocent folks been paying the price. Can't afford groceries and keeping on lights. Paying more for less and no, none of it's right. It's time to stand up together
Lord,
and
it's a
fight.
damn shame what the world's gone to, from people like me and people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gone to, from people like me and people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
All right, welcome everybody. Welcome. Hang on here. Let me saw Goose somewhere. Try to get him in here. Hang on, Goose. I'm working. I'm getting it. I'm getting you there. All right. All right, let's see here. Goose, where are you, Goose? Bravo's in the house. There you go. Goose, you there?
What's going on?
All right, welcome everybody. Let me bring in the stations real quick here before we start here.
Let's get hot. Let's get hot.
I want to welcome 105.7 of Phase, Patriot Radio, Work Radio, MBR Military Broadcast Radio, UG Media in the UK, J Parker Radio, Paisley Radio, FCM Live, Sword Radio, Crystal Radio, The Hit Network, and the newest station, Replay Radio. And, and one other one, West Rand Radio.
West Rand, where are you?
West Rand, where are you? South Africa. All right. Well, in a couple of minutes, we're going to have Shane Jenkins is going to be joining us to let us know everything that's going on and how he ended up in prison right now. He was from January 6th. He got arrested.
Yeah, we are going to be the same way.
So, yeah, we're going to be pretty soon. I guess everybody's working everywhere. I'm just making sure everything's working everywhere.
Well, Maverick, before we get Jenkins here, the January 6th invitee that's going to be coming pretty soon. I want to get some news, get you guys mental health ready to go because we are getting freaking destroyed, wrong by the freaking freight train.
Yep.
Freaking 5617 for North Carolina Fort Bragg. 5 planes just took off en route to freaking Jordan. 500 troops. We start the build up of our next conflict, World War III. Okay, I know Bravo's talking about before that we most likely will have no freaking election 2024. It's looking that way. We start to build up, even though Iran, Iraq, and many enemies are shooting out our troops right now as we speak in Iran, Iraqi, where our troops are stationed, are getting shot in Syria too, and we are not doing anything.
Cabela said, now that we have a speaker, we can go to war. Yeah.
Nothing about it. We got already 14, 15 cases. That's just the last few days, but it's been many of them the last few months. And our freaking blinking and our government are not doing jack about it. And that's a shame. That's a freaking shame that we are not doing anything about it, allowing these people to do all this kind of stuff. Same thing in our country. In our country, we got many of these people in the colleges and outside chanting "Death to America" and Israel. Why are we taking that kind of crap, Mary? I just don't get it.
I don't get it either.
These people come to our country and they want to do this to our citizens and our friendly country like Israel. I mean, that's how much we love baby. These people kill 40 baby, burn out, slaughter them, and everything. And we sticking with the crazy ones, with the Hamas. Something wrong with these people in our government, Maverick.
I know it. I agree. I agree with you.
It just came out a report like 30 minutes ago. The FBI got like dozen, like 40 different reports of misconduct of the family, Biden family. They knew this for many years ago. Haven't done anything.
Hit him, Goose.
But the main thing that we're doing here is we are not doing jack. We need to get ready. You need to get the freaking radio. You need to speak out and go after these people. You gotta be careful. These people all over our country. We got more than 2,000 terrorists in our country.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, hey, Goose. Guess what I've been hearing now on the alternative media things and blogosphere is that they've been already for the last 2 weeks sneaking in Palestinian refugees.
Exactly. They're staging
They're flying
this.
them in.
Our administration, Bravo. These people that are running our country are just as criminal as these other people are.
They're
Why
all
you
men.
gonna be?
They're all men, of course. They said between 1,800 to 2,000 a week they're bringing in here.
They're all over our country. Yes, for you guys who don't like to, for you guys who don't know, don't like to fight and like to shoot guns. Better you go start going to range. These people's going. This thing is coming here. It's already here. Okay, we got these people in Iran. Iranians attacking our troops right now, and our president is telling them don't shoot back. And now we sending the 82nd en route to Jordan. 500 troops.
So what they're going to do is stretch us so thin between the Ukraine, now the Middle East, and now they'll start an Asian war. Remember what the purpose of the plan was. We don't know how much of it's been destroyed or how much of it's still going.
Bravo, the plan began when he took over the White House. They left almost $1 trillion in guns, arms, missiles, and everything in Afghanistan. Okay, then they moved to Ukraine and armed Ukraine, and all that money that we send in there. Now all those guns, they are all over the Middle East, all over.
Yeah,
they're the guns that are using to attack Israel.
Column in here.
Guys, hang on. Now we got the call in here.
Oh, the call is here. Okay, let him in.
Yes, we're here. Great. Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Hey, Shane, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. Hanging in there.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm Maverick. Welcome to the show. I appreciate you coming in here.
Okay.
Um,
Who else do we have here?
We got I'm Maverick. We got Goose and we got Bravo with us.
Okay.
And then plus you're live. I mean, we're live right now on Twitter, Rumble, Facebook, YouTube. We're on a couple different radio stations live right now. Then this show will go out recorded again to everywhere else.
UK too.
Well, I appreciate y'all having me on. Man.
No, yeah, absolutely. Get it. Let me give a background here a little bit. For everybody who's listening, this is Shane Jenkins. He was part of the January 6th. He was arrested on. You were arrested on what? March, right?
March 5th, 2021. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you're in the DC prison, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
31 and a half months.
Well, Shane, the floor is yours. I'm going to let you.
Okay, before you start, Shane, everybody's wanting to know. The mainstream media, of course, we know what liars they are and everything, but they were hammering you, saying that you had a machete, or not a machete, a tomahawk, and you were smashing the doors and all that stuff. Now, is that true?
I did have a tomahawk. I actually had saws, tomahawk backpack. And yes, I did. That's the honest to God truth. Now I can tell you why. So when I showed up I climbed up. When I got to the Capitol, it was probably already almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and people were all over. It looked like something out of a movie. People were all over the side of the building and climbing up on the temporary structure that they had by the inauguration stage, and I had no idea what was going on. I went to the Capitol to hear. Supposedly that day there was going to be a second set of speeches led by Mike Pompeo, whom I was a fan of at the time, no longer, but I wanted to hear him speak, and so we left from the Ellipse. The people that I met at the airport in DFW, they wanted to go to their hotel room and freshen up, so I went to the Starbucks across the way and got coffee and protein packs for them. After Trump spoke and everything else, we let him finish his speech, and then they wanted to go clean up, so we went to their hotel. I got food. They came out, and then we were headed to the Capitol. So it wasn't like there was some big insurrection plan or anything like that. So we went and ate the food, drank the coffee, and headed to the Capitol. Well, by the time I got there, it was all hell had broken loose, and there was people everywhere. And so I went around to the west side of the building, and I climbed up there, and I got to the inauguration stage. And when I got up there, man, it was like I've never been in a wartime situation. I have been in some very intense situations, whether just fights and different things like that. But there was people crying, there was people bloodied, there was people, it was just intense, and it looked like a medieval, castle siege scene. And I climbed up there, and I'll never forget. There was this man coming out of the West Terrace Tunnel hallway, and he reminded me of my grandpa. And he had this mesh hat on, and he had blood pouring down the side of his head and his face. And I was just like, "What in the hell is going on here?" And the crowd was heaving and hoeing against this police line in the front of the tunnel. And I knew that people were already inside the Capitol. And I was just watching these people come out crying and snot pouring out of their nose and slobber everywhere. And it was just, and so my thinking, I was standing on a ledge by a window, and this is probably, it's just the one thing that day that I wish I wouldn't have done. And I was like, why are they just banging their heads against this barricade of police? And so, I pulled a tomahawk out of my backpack. The one time it came out of the backpack, and I used it on the window to try to go in the building. The crowd freaked out at that point in time, and I stopped. I was like, hey, if we're going to go in, let's go in. If we're not, then the crowd's not down with it, then we're not going to go in. But, and so, they did hammer me on that. And that is honest to God, the one thing that I regret, because I didn't go to the Capitol with the intentions of overthrowing the government. At best, I thought people were going to go in there and have a sit in, just like a lot of the other, like the Code Pink when they were, swearing in the Supreme Court justices and stuff like that. I thought that it was going to be, if anything, it would be a sit-in or something like that. I had no idea that it was going to get out of hand like it did. So that's the truth.
Sorry, these guys, I muted them. so they could see we could hear you
No,
better.
that makes sense, Shane. That makes sense. I wanted to throw that out there because that was the big headline. That was their big justification for throwing you in jail. So I just wanted to get that out in the open, and you could tell us your whole side of the story. We want to hear, you, what you think, and was it fair? You think it was a fair trial? Do you think that you got a fair trial? Was it in D.C.?
Yeah, it was in D.C. So let me back up just a little bit. I got arrested March 5th. Well, they had already determined that I was a tier 1 anti-government extremist, comma, and this is from their paperwork, tier 1 anti-government extremist, comma, QAnon follower, supporter, or whatever you want to call that. And so they used their domestic terror task force, which they did. I think it's called the Joint Terrorism Task Force, the JTTF. That's who they were using against all the January 6ers. And so they declared that I was in tier 1. I would put up there, I would assume that Timothy McVeigh, Ted Kaczynski, the people that were involved in 9/11 were tier 1 level terrorists, tier 1 level anti-government extremists, whatever you want to call them. And so I will say that I flew to DC to go to a rally. I had never seen Trump speak live. I'd never been to DC, period. I'd never been to a rally, much less a Trump rally. And so, I found myself in a situation where I was working in the oil field in 2020, and OPEC Plus and Russia had got into this price bidding war. And I lost my job overnight in the oil field when they cut oil prices from $55 a barrel to $30 a barrel. Well, I went home, and about a week later, COVID hit, and so they shut down everything. Well, that's when I was at home, and I was starting to pay attention to Trump, and they're campaigning and doing all this stuff for the election. Well, I go home and I voted for the first time ever in an election. I voted in October that year, early. We got early voting in Texas, and so I voted. And I went to bed the night of the election thinking, that Trump had it in the bag, and I woke up the next morning like a lot of people are like, what the hell happened? And so, here I am a few months later in Houston, Texas, and I was working for this roofing company. The boss was doing some shady stuff. Anyways, long story short, I confronted him about it. He fired me. So here I had a pocket full of money, and I knew I felt like the election had been stolen, and I just got fired. So I was like, well, Trump sent out that tweet, come to DC for the Stop the Steal rally, will be wild, and I swear if he hadn't have used the will be wild, because I was keeping up. I'm not really like huge on QAnon, but I had been keeping up with a lot of the stuff that was going on, and people would post stuff about it all the time online. So, and their thing was something's going to happen, right? Some big thing is happening. And so when Trump said will be wild, I was like, man, if not now, when? And I felt like I needed to go protest the election. And so I joined these groups like Texans for Trump and all these other things, MAGA drag, these rallies and stuff that they were having prior to this. And they said, look, in November and December, the counter protesters attacked Trump supporters, and the Proud Boys. Well, I think one of the Proud Boys got stabbed in D.C., and D.C.'s crime rate is ridiculous. And so, people wonder why I took a tomahawk to the Capitol, and it was for self-defense. I couldn't carry a firearm up there, and I wanted to be prepared if something happened to other protesters or to myself. I wanted to be able to defend myself, and that's our God-given right, I believe. Absolutely. And so I flew out there, and everything was normal for the most part. All up, at the rally, at the Ellipse, it was singing and dancing and praying and laughter, and it was something. It was like this electric atmosphere, something like I'd never seen. Now, there was a lot of rhetoric that was thrown around, whether it was the Thomas Paine quote that I forget what his name was, the guy from Alabama or Mississippi bred. Just a lot of, we got to fight for our country, not like literally fight, but we were there, we were protesting, we were exercising our rights, and we wanted to fight for what we believe was a stolen election. And we felt like that they had these alternate electors that were going to stand up in Congress that day, and we wanted to be there to support them. And it was just this whole thing. And, so like I say, I got up to after all the speeches and all that, I got up to the Capitol, and, the window thing happened. And then I got down, and so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go in the tunnel and see what what is happening to these people that are getting hurt in there. And I went in there, and sure enough, I raised not a single hand, not a finger, not anything against the police. And I got pepper sprayed 4 times. I got hit in the top of the head with an extendable baton and asp, and I have that on video by a Commander Bagshaw from the MPD. He still never answered for that. It's the same. I don't know if you guys are familiar with who Victoria White is. If you guys go online and look up, probably on Twitter or X now, and look up Victoria White, you can see where this same commander, same officer, beats this woman in the head about 30 times or more with an extendable baton. He's the very same one that assaulted me from behind in the head with the baton, which is against police protocol. You're never supposed to strike people in the head. You know, you go for the arms, hands, legs, whatever. So here I haven't raised a finger against the police, and now I've been assaulted with the asp or a baton, and I've been pepper sprayed 4 times. Eventually they choke off the air. I couldn't breathe, and so I had to get out of the tunnel. After I came out of the tunnel, we got word through somebody on the loudspeaker that said that somebody had been shot in the Capitol, inside the Capitol, and it was Ashley Babbitt. You know, so now here I've seen people crying, seen people being assaulted, seen people being bloodied. Then I've been assaulted. I've been pepper sprayed. I've had the air choked off from me. Now I hear somebody's been shot inside of the Capitol, and it was like this threat level has increased, right? And so things got really intense over there. And then I have videos of my discovery of me. Another name to look up would be Roseanne Boylan. She died on the ground outside the West Terrace Tunnel hallway, like literally 15 feet from me. I did not see her, but I have no doubt that I've seen her in my video where I'm in the same frame as she is in, and she's definitely blue, definitely either unconscious or dying or dead at that moment. And it's like I have no doubt in my mind that played into the psyche of the crowd. Not only that, but the Ashley Babbitt shooting inside of the Capitol. And that's when I lost my cool. I did black out, and I did start throwing stuff at the police officers. But it wasn't so much to hurt them. It was to keep them from assaulting more people, man. And it was just it was intense. It got out of hand, and
you have 1 minute remaining.
I wish they would have kept their cool and been professionals on the ground. Instead, they just took the opportunity to assault as many Trump supporters as they could. And it seems like they went after elderly and women. And that was pretty much a common theme from everybody that I've talked to in here. I probably met about 80 of the different guys coming through here in D.C., and they said it was the same thing. They were targeting elderly and women. So it's going to hang up. I'll call you guys back if you'd like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'll give you all a shout right back.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, these people are criminals. I mean, you can totally understand how that could have happened. You know what I mean? It probably would have happened to any one of us. You know?
No, that's no. They really here. They go all the way to freaking Texas to get this guy. When other people, when we have many other people committing way more crimes like the Biden family, and they don't do shit.
Right.
And they go all the way to Texas to get this guy.
All right, hang on 1 second. Sarah, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay. Well, I'll just keep you on because she's going through you, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I will dispatch him as soon as he calls back.
Okay, I'll just keep it live. So yeah, he'll be back in a minute, guys. No, I agree with you guys, Goose and Bravo. I mean, I can see exactly. I can see how that would happen.
Right, and you got Antifa and Black Lives Matter. They killed how many police officers? Last heard it was like 55 of them over that summer, and you heard nothing. None of these people were paraded in front of DC courts and all this shit and everything and thrown in jail. Where's the big wing in the jail of all the Antifa and Black Lives Matter people that murdered people?
They don't go to jail, Bravo. That's only for patriots, not for haters.
Right. Yep.
I'm back.
You back, Shane?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Hey, so let me ask you. I mean, we've heard about. You've been in there since March of 21. So prior to you finally getting to court, well, I mean, we've been hearing, the way they've been treating you guys, and we just been hearing a lot of stuff that you guys aren't being treated. You guys are being treated worse than everybody else, and things like that. Can you elaborate on any of that?
Yeah, I would say the DC jail is a place for no one, and especially the way that they treat their local population, because the food here is subpar. I mean, there's mice, and the water's awful. There's your standard jail problems, right?
Right.
The area that we've been treated differently is when we got here, we were denied visitation with our family for 2 years because 99% of us here are anti-vax, and so we all refused to get vaccinated. There was a couple of guys that got vaccinated. Even one guy got vaccinated just so he could see his family, and they still denied him his visit. So that went on for 2 years until Troy Nels came and got that situation changed up for us. We finally started getting visits in the beginning of this year, like February of this year. We were denied haircuts for a whole year. Again, because we wouldn't get vaccinated, so they wouldn't let us go to the barber shop. Just everybody else in the whole jail is able to go to the barber shop or have a barber come to them. They refused to do that for us. We were denied religious services, like we weren't allowed access to the chapel. We were not access to the volunteers. Nobody came to see us. Nobody gave us communion. Nobody came and prayed with us. Nobody said, "Hey, how you doing? Kiss my butt," anything like that. And so that was, I would think, that the basic needs that we should have been receiving that were being denied to us. Not to mention the fact that this jail is 99% staffed and houses 99% African American inmates, right? And you take all of us, good old boys from everywhere America, mostly white guys. We had a few black guys, a few Hispanic guys. We had an Armenian guy, a Lebanese guy, and then you tell them, you broadcast it across the world that these guys are domestic terrorists and they're white supremacists, and and then you throw them in this jail. And how do you think that the staff and how do you think the inmates look at you and treat you? And so the deck was stacked against us when we got here. So
absolutely.
Fortunately, I believe God gave us an opportunity and opened up this door for us to, especially some of the more mature guys, to build relationships with a lot of these officers and be difference makers here with the staff and stuff like that. So it has gotten a lot better. It's not all the way better. The food is awful. But we are getting we get a volunteer to come in for religious services now and then. They are bringing us clippers so we can cut our own hair here. And we have been getting visitation for about 10 months now. So some things have changed, and this doesn't even bring into play the officers that come in here, and whenever they have a disagreement with one of us, spray somebody. There's been guys that have been assaulted. There's at least 2 different guys that have been assaulted. Excessive pepper spraying and stuff like that. And then, I mean, it's to be, I don't want to say it's to be expected, but it's jail. This is how people are treated in jails. But I feel like we receive some extra sauce on top of that because of who we are, and we're in a 97% Democrat Biden voting district, and so
exactly,
a majority of the officers here are part of the LGBTQ plus alphabet soup community, and so they definitely don't care for us. So
yeah, Bravo or
No,
Goose, you got any questions?
that's a good statement, Shane, that you made there, because the same thing that's going on around our country. Instead, we're hitting the freaking bad people. We are defending them as a country. And we are not taking care of you guys, the patriots. You guys went there just to do what we're supposed to do, the First Amendment. It's not like you went there with guns blazing, shooting everywhere. Now, like Bravo say, Antifa, these other people did many things really bad, looting, burning buildings, doing all kind of shit. Nothing happened to them. And they had to go all the way to Texas to freaking get you. It's freaking unbelievable what they did to you. I mean, and many other people. So I heard that many people are getting treated like shit in those places. I mean, and you just confirmed they treat you like shit, like you're a freaking terrorist. And I hope our country are listening to this, because it's very unfair what we're doing to our citizens in our country. Very unfair.
Now, how many others are with you, Shane?
Currently, today, there are 31 fellow patriots here in the pod with me, and they're from ages 21 up to about 65 years old.
And have they all been sentenced like you, or they're still waiting their stuff, or?
No, there's some guys. A few of the guys are here just like super fresh, starting out at the beginning. You know, they may have 2 more years here. And quite a few of the guys from the what I call the OGs, the originals. There's about 4 or 5 of us left that have been here pretty much from the beginning. So we've been losing a lot of those guys have been getting sentenced and moving on down the road. And so,
where you're at?
Something for me that I'm
sorry. Go ahead.
What that?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just going to
No,
say.
You're fine. Go ahead, brother.
I was just going to ask you where you're at now is where you're going to stay, or are you appealing your sentence?
I will be appealing my sentence, but I should be moving out of here. If I had to guess, within the next 2 to 3 weeks. My children are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Okay.
And so I put in for a prison in Seagaville, which is in South Dallas, and I also put in for a medium in case I go to a medium level yard, El Reno, which is by Oklahoma City. So I'll be close to home. I'll be at least within 3 hours of my children in about the next 2 to 3 weeks. So I am looking forward to that. I am not looking forward to leaving the guys behind, though. So.
Yeah, I bet. What exactly? I mean, I saw they charge you with 7 felonies and 2 misdemeanors. Can you what exactly did they charge you with? I mean, I saw that they charge you with assault on law enforcement or something like that, and
right, they charged me with the assault. This is something that I was thinking about earlier. I wanted to tell you guys about is like they charged me with 3 assaults on federal officers. They charged me with being armed with a deadly weapon while in commission of another felony. They charged me with trespassing with a deadly or dangerous weapon. They charged me with the obstruction of Congress, which is the 1512, which is one of the bigger charges. And so a lot of the charges were redundant. And so if you think about it, somebody because robberies are really like carjackings and stuff like that are really, really big. They've had 800 carjackings in DC so far this year, over 200 murders too. But instead of charging somebody with they had a gun, they robbed a guy for his car, right? That's what they did. So if that was one of us, what they would have done, they would have said, okay, he committed a robbery, he had a possession of a firearm, he was driving a stolen vehicle, he was trespassing, he wasn't allowed to he had a firearm while he was in commission of another felony. It would have been like 10 different charges. Instead, they only charged them with robbery, right? And so what they did with us was they filed all these redundant charges to make this big pop in this big headline. Oh, he was looking at 235 years, if you had them all together and all this. And so it was, I believe they over prosecuted us, right? They wanted it's not equal protection under the law. It's like, we're going to get these conservatives, we're going to get these protesters, these Trump supporters. Meanwhile, whenever Antifa attacked the White House and they had to take President Trump to the bunker, like 180 Secret Service people injured, nobody goes to jail, or if they did, no charges were filed. So it was like this disparate treatment or this 2-tier justice system. Lady Justice is blindfolded for a reason. She's not. The law is the law. It's not supposed to matter if you're conservative or if you're liberal, progressive. It's supposed to be equal across the board, and that's just not not how I want it down at all.
Bravo. I think these guys I muted them. Goose, you have a question for?
Hey, Shane, do you know that Proud Boy got 22 years sentence?
Yeah, they were here. Enrique Tarrio was here. He got 22 years. Ethan Ordean, he was here. He got 18 years. Joe Biggs was here. He got 17 years. Zach Real was here. He got 15. And Dominic Gazzola got 10. Also, Stuart Rhodes was here. He got 18. He was an oath keeper. And Kelly Meggs, he got 12 years. He was also
so, do you got forced to plead guilty? Or other word, you didn't have no money to defend yourself and you had to raise your right hand and say, I'm guilty? Did they provide you with the right to have a lawyer and everything free and all that stuff?
I took mine all the way to trial, brother. They came at me with a plea deal for 92 to 115 months, which was about, I think that was 8.5 years to 9.5 years. And I just told them, I at that point in time, I was very stubborn, and I was just like, I'm not going to bend the knee. I'm not going to kiss the ring. This is way bigger than me. The whole January 6th movement is about the 2020 election, and I don't care what they. And I told my friends, I said, I wouldn't care if they told me they're going to give me this 92 to 115. If you don't take that, we're going to give you 10,000 years. I'm still not going to take it, and I'm stubborn and hard headed like that. But I just believe that this is a fight worth fighting. I went to the Capitol because I think about my kids, and I think about like their future, and I think about what I see this nation headed towards with this $33 trillion in debt and these drag queen story hours. I went after these school teachers at their school board meetings and all these things that are going on. And a lot of that stuff has happened since I've been here, but I see the importance of this. And this is a fight worth fighting. And I was reading this book about Rome, and it says, I believe it says the republic is worth a life, and if that life has to be mine, then it has to be mine. And so I refused to plead guilty. I took it to trial, even though I knew they had all the video, and I knew, they were going to find me guilty. Thank God they only gave me 84 months. They gave me 7 years. But I believe that, they want us all. They've had guys come in here, and they were like, look, you'll just get up there and say that Trump's a grifter, you don't trust him, or he betrayed you, he lied to you, he misled you, he's the one that made you go to the Capitol and act the way you did. If you'll get up there and say that, we'll let you go home. And there's the guys that Thomas Civic is the guy that did exactly that, and they let him out on bond.
Shane, what about so when you went inside the Capitol, did they open the door for you?
I didn't ever make it inside the Capitol. I never made it in.
You didn't even make it through the building. they give you freaking so many years. At the Maverick, it's unbelievable.
I know.
You would have parked your car 2 miles away, you would have been indicted too.
Shane, hey, it's my prediction that when Trump gets back in there will be parades, and you guys will be in the cars waving at everybody. You watch.
That, brother. I'm ready, man.
You watch. Yeah.
Bravo, we've been waiting for a long time, especially Shane being there for a long time.
It's a very short time when you look at this shit's been going on for 100 years, and it's slowly ratcheting up every century until we're at where we're at right now. So it's not, 4 or 5 years is nothing. I mean, if it means that something's going to happen, then
Bravo, go to jail and stay 5 years. Then you talk to me about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So it's easy to say that. Shane, I mean, honestly, you're a freaking patriot, and I applaud you for. A lot of people talk a lot of smack, but they don't do what they're supposed to do. And you put, your money where your mouth is, and that's correct. I mean, you believe in our country, and you did everything you could to save our country. I mean, honestly, Mary, I don't know what else to say. I mean, they're mistreating these people, treating these people like shit. And now it got worse. I mean, can you imagine if we go to the Capitol again now? I mean, these people are attacking our soldiers. Shem, they're attacking our soldiers in Iraq right now, and we're not doing anything?
Yeah, did they just bomb a base or something over there?
Yeah, I mean, we're just saying the freaking 82nd, 500 troops down there. I mean, it's unbelievable how everything's developing so fast now that I don't even think we're going to have an election.
Hang on, guys. I think he got dropped off again. Sarah, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm going to call back in just a few minutes.
Okay, no, that's fine. Okay, I just wanted I thought I heard it.
Yeah, I mean, but you heard Shane. He's not whining or crying or anything. He did what he had to do, right? I mean,
he's doing his time,
right?
Yeah, I mean, but it's crazy. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's not. We know it's not fair. Like I said, they murdered over 55 police officers in that summer of rage with Black Lives Matter and Antifa. Do you
Yes.
hear how many people know the names of any of the people that even went to jail or went to court or anything? No one, zero.
Zero. You're right, Bravo. Zero. And then same things continue. Always the bad guy get ahead. Always. It's happening now. All these
But you know
people
what
in
Trump, as
colleges.
Trump just said a couple of days ago, he said
guys,
that us going through what we're going through right now, he says it makes it easier for him to do what needs to have, what has to be done when he gets back in there, and nobody's going to complain.
all right, change
He's
back.
back. He's back. That's good. That's good. Go ahead.
So
Hey, guys.
okay.
Shane, I got a question for you. Do you think that Donald J. Trump's gonna get back to the White House?
Oh man, I hope the guy he does. I know that. I hope he does. My biggest concern. I think that the momentum is on his side. I think that this corrupt regime we have, this establishment deep state we have, has exposed like every card that they have, and I think that is on our side. And I think he shows he's polling like 60%, and the closest people in the primary are like 8% to him, like Haley and DeSantis. I think even the polls against Biden and everything is that I don't think they've changed anything from the 2020 election. I think the whole setup, whether it's Dominion or Smartmatic or whatever it is, I think that's all still the same. That is what concerns me, that they could steal it again. That's the biggest fear.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I say the same thing. I mean, we haven't really fixed anything, from 2020. I mean, they still have,
Well, no, there's been a lot fixed,
but it's still not enough. I still think
but I mean, let's take Trump at his word. He said they're not going to be able to do what they did last time. So let's see what happens. Maybe they won't.
Well, Bravo.
Yeah.
I mean, and let me ask another question to Shane. Shane, do you think that we're gonna have election 2024?
Well, Trump just said it in his last speech. I think it was in New Hampshire the other day. He said, "Don't worry about voting. I think there's not going to be an election." And being on the conspiracy side of this thing, they say they're not even going to make it to the election. So it's hard to see what could interrupt an election. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're in uncharted territory right now, unprecedented.
it's a little late for me to look back and question it, I guess. I just want to say, you guys said, you can go to jail and do 5 years. I said, I'm here already, man. I'm content right now. God's got my back. You guys need to be out there doing what you're doing, promoting, getting the word out, interviewing people and spreading the good word, man. So y'all just focus on doing that. The ones that have got to do the time, just do the time.
Shane, do you have any names or any of your brothers that we can interview too in the future? Anybody you can recommend?
We'll get that to you. We'll get that to you. Yeah, whoever you want. We'll put guys on every week if you want, or whatever. We got a ton of guys that love to talk and make for good conversations, man.
No, that'd be nice, Mary, to get a few more guys to interview them.
Absolutely. Yep. Shane, what can we do? I mean, what can the audience that's listening right now to you? Is there anything that they can do to support you and the other guys? And
yeah, man. So yeah, perfect. I was going to bring it up. So when life gives you your lemons, right? You got to make lemonade, right? So what we've done with the help of Sarah McAbee and a lot of people on the outside, we started a website called therealj6.com. And if you guys want to go there, we've got T-shirts. We've got a roster of all the guys here in the DC Gulag, and on that roster you can look, and it will have like their gifts and goes. If you guys want to go donate to their individual gifts and goes, one usually it's listed there. And also we started a 501c3 foundation, which is called Stand in the Gap. If you go to the other website is therealj6.com. This one is called Stand in the Gap Foundation. If you go to Stand in the Gap Foundation, that's the website. We're trying to raise money right now for appellate attorneys because in the courts, January 6ers have a 99.6% conviction rate. It doesn't matter if you have the best lawyer or just a quarter appointed lawyer, you're going to lose on everything. That's what's been happening. So we have a guy who's advising us on appellate attorneys, and he says that's the best way to get it out of these activist judges' hands is to go to the appellate court. It's easier to get some charges dismissed, either that or to file for a new trial. And potentially, if you get a new trial, then they'll come back at you with the plea deal, which is usually like time served or something like that, especially if you're somebody like me that's already done 30 plus months. So that's one thing we're doing is fighting for appellate attorneys. Also, at the foundation, at standinthegap.foundation, we're doing a give $5 and find 5 people to give $5. It's a recurring donation. If you guys would go up on the website and look at that, it's just to help us generate money to help the guys in here. We're also doing something with the foundation that's called Operation Love Wins. And for the guys, especially like myself, that were denied visits for 2 years, and our families are out there going through it. I have 5 kids, right? And so it's hard for my family to get up here and see me. So what we decided to do was to raise money for Operation Love Wins, and we will pay for the families, the mom and the kids, to fly out. We pay for the flights, we pay for rental car, we pay for meals while they were here. And we pay for the hotel room, or we have some Airbnbs reserved that people donated at the time at the Airbnbs for people to be able to come and visit us. So if you guys want to pick one of those things, man, go on therealj6.com and get T-shirts. We got stickers. We got a mascot on there, which they brought up in court. It looks like me. He's a skeleton with my crazy red haircut and blue eyes. But also financially, or if you go on the website too, you can find the addresses for here. And it'll show you how to write, guys. I mean, people love to get mail, pictures. We like to hear about what's going on out there in the world. You know, jail sucks, but it's always good to get pictures and hear what's going on out there.
And I know, Shane, like every quarter, there's different companies where you can send packages. They have like packages that you could buy commissary type food and stuff like that and send it right to the guys. You know, if you have the numbers, you know, their ID numbers and stuff like that, you can order it right online and send it right to them. Would they mind something like that?
No, they don't mind that. Also, and maybe you might have to get with Sarah after this, but there is seasonal, like Christmas care packages and stuff like that once you get to federal prison, which probably most of us are going there, honestly. They also have groups here that Helena, that's a part of our organization, is in charge of raising commissary money, to where you can go online and you can buy guys care packages if you have their numbers and stuff like that. Or if you just want to donate straight to their commissary fund, they can show you how to do that too, man. But, you know, I think that it's time for the American people to stand. You know, we've kind of, I feel like we had a lot of momentum for a while. Marjorie Taylor Greene was coming in here and stuff like that. Now I feel like kind of people have grown, you know, battle weary, and they're tired of hearing about January 6th, that and the other. But we're still in here suffering, brother. It's still, every day I got to sit in here and wake up in the cell knowing that my kids are growing up without me, knowing that my friends and my family are going on with their lives without me. And here it is 32 months later, and we're still dealing with the same crap, man. And I wish people would understand that if they sign up for that recurring donation, $5 a month, and they find 5 people to sign up for the same thing, to donate $5 a month, recurring donations. If you guys could just commit to that, if you guys will sign up for that, you guys, Maverick, Goose, and Ralph, y'all get involved in that and just help find 5 people to donate $5 a month to help us get a fill of Operation Love Land. We'll do whatever else we can do to help y'all get people on the show and promote and get out there and spread the good word, man. We would appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We will do that. I will. Yeah. Well, who do we have to find out that information from? I'll do that today. Yeah.
Maverick's taking notes.
Well, go ahead.
No, I mean, if Sarah can send me all the information,
Okay.
I'll make sure we get it out there. And look, I mean, I understand what you're saying, that, you know, it seems like people are getting, you know, battle weary, and they're, you know, forgetting. We're not going to let them forget you guys in there. Trust me. I mean, we talk about it all the time, and that was one of the reasons I wanted to get you on here, because I wanted your story out there. We need to get you guys the real story out there. not what the media is putting out there and the government saying, about you guys. We want that's why, like I said, that was the reason that when I found your story, when I found your website, so and I told these guys, I said, look, I said we gotta try to get him on here and get the story out there, because we heard you hear a lot of things, but you know, you don't know it all until you hear both sides. The government's telling their side, but you guys didn't get a chance to tell your side. So, and that's what we want to do. We want to get your stories out there.
I want to say one thing, man. I heard you guys are all veterans. I just want to say thank you for your service, man.
No, we
Thank
I
you,
want to
appreciate
Sean.
say
Thank you.
because I care about this nation, man. I care about this republic. I was raised by my adopted dad, fought the Japanese in World War II. My stepdad fought in Vietnam. My adopted brother, his dad fought in Korea, and so I grew up around veterans, and I appreciate that beautiful flag. I have not always taken advantage. I have not always respected this country like I should have, especially early on in my life, but I am so thankful for the gift that this country has and is worth fighting for, man. And whether that means financially, if it means voting, or if it means signing up to be a school board member, whatever it is, I just encourage people to get involved, man. You guys are doing podcasts and radio, man. Let's do that. Like whatever God gifted you with, whatever talent that is, and get in there and do it. Now is not the time to be on your phone playing Candy Crush. Now is not the time to be watching, all the family reruns. It's time. We got a republic if we can keep it, right?
Yeah.
And that means you got to do something to keep it, man. So I appreciate y'all and what y'all are doing, man. I really do. I appreciate it.
No, yeah. Like I said, I mean, we're all fighting for the same thing. I mean, we're watching this country just we're watching our freedoms just disappear, and I mean, you're a perfect example of that. You and the other guys that are in there with you, and like I said,
This puts a real face on who you guys are in there. That's why I think we should roll in these guys every so many a month. You know what I mean, to get their messages out there so people can actually see. Like you said, well, I'm sick of hearing the lion mockingbird media. They're a bunch of assholes. You know what I mean? That's why I wanted to hear it from you. I wanted to hear out of your mouth, and it makes total sense what you're saying. I mean, I could see that happening.
I mean, it could have been any of us. I mean,
Yeah.
it could have been any of us that ended up, in the same place that you're at. I mean, like you said, you didn't go there looking for a fight. You didn't go there looking to destroy things or anything. You went there to support, the country. I mean, the process that was going on, and it just unfortunately it took a.
Well, we know now, Maverick, that it was infiltrated by three-letter
Right.
agencies.
Oh, they're all over the place.
Yeah,
They're all
and that's
over.
a fact now. We know that for a fact now. It's not conspiracy. They told us in the beginning it was conspiracy, but now we know it was a fact. They were there. CNN and a lot of these other ones were part of it, and they were staging things and everything. I mean, it's such
They
bullshit.
opened the door. They did. I mean, they welcome everybody to come in.
There's videos showing people just opening the door. I read one where a lady went up there and she said that the guy told her, if you can find 10 people to come in here with you, I'll let you in. I mean, come on.
Hey, is Shane still there?
Yeah, he's
Did you hear about the police from the Capitol Hill, Tariq Johnson? He has some video what really took place down there, and they say a lot of those video was going to show what really took place. But DOJ is holding down those videos. Don't want to release them.
Well, he lured with the Oath Keepers into the
You have 1 minute remaining.
to get these cops here. So he got those guys inside the building. So they got 15, 12 going inside the building to obstruct. And it's like whenever Christopher Ray gets on the stand and like, were there federal agents dressed as Trump supporters inside the building prior to the Capitol breach? And he said,
Yeah. Everything was staged. Everything was staged. Yeah. And the video will show that, but they don't want to release the videos. And I guess we just waiting for the new Speaker of the House that just got into the.
I'm sorry, Shane. What you say?
His time is up. Yeah.
No, we appreciate it, Shane. Thank you very much. And I'll get with Sarah, and we'll get the other guys on, so they can share their stories too. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, bless y'all, man. Keep fighting, man. Don't give up.
Thank you for using Global Telling.
All right.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah. Yeah, it's
crazy. I mean, but
it is crazy, especially when you know now what we know. How Pelosi was making movies while it was happening. How they timed things just perfect. The bomb scares were timed just when they were about to vote. I mean, everything was timed just perfectly, like military precision. These people started the whole damn thing. They did.
Bro, that's not a surprise. I mean, we interview a person down there with Mary. What was her name? Mary? David Ferris. And it wasn't only the machines. It wasn't only that stuff. I mean, a lot of people that voted that didn't supposed to vote got counted. A lot of many dead people, even in Florida, they cheated. But they couldn't cheat that much because DeSantis won by many points. It was hard for them to do it. But there's proof. The lady said you don't even have to mention the machines, and I can prove you that they cheated.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the machines was just one avenue. I mean, there was a ton of avenues that they did it through.
In the next few weeks, next few months, Mary and we're going to be interviewing a lot of people like that they're going to come to the show.
Good.
I got another J6er y'all could have on the show. I mean, I follow him on Twitter X, and he's running for Congress out of West Virginia.
I saw you were giving me the name, but I'm trying to pay attention to what James is talking about. Send me that information.
His name is Derek Evans.
Yeah, if I can find out his information.
And I think I could post something on Twitter X reaching out to him that you guys would definitely like to talk to him and have him as a featured guest on the show. And I would definitely be proud to endorse him if anybody lives in West Virginia in that congressional district he's running for.
Sure. Yep. Absolutely.
Because I know y'all would definitely like to get his side of the story.
Yeah. Now we're gonna, like Goose said, we're gonna try to get. We'll try to get some more.
Remember, I mean, Mary, do you give the news about our guest that's going to be coming soon? I don't want to break it, but I let you do it.
I wanted to make sure I was locked before I.
Okay.
Before I put it out there.
So, but we're going to have a big surprise.
Does it begin with a G?
No, we can't talk, bro. We want to make sure it's lock and low.
No, I know.
Yeah, it's going to be one of the best interview ever. So, no, but I just got informed like an hour ago from some of my friends that, remember, I just retired a few years ago. Not too many years ago. I got many friends down there. That 5 C-17 took off from North Carolina, 82nd, en route to the, I'm going to call it hell. And Bravo, this is how these people are getting ready to make sure we don't have an election next year. Most likely, we will go to a conflict with all these people.
Well, they just said China's bringing in how many ships? Like eight to 10 ships they're bringing in there, to shadow our ships. One wrong move and, things could really get pretty hot. Ships aren't as safe as they used to be. I mean, you got these missiles that can hug the water and everything else. I mean, this could really turn into something nasty.
That and
People
one
don't
thing
realize
is
how close we are.
how this news of the FBI come out just today about Biden. Why didn't come out before? Why? Think about it. Why you think they're gonna remove Biden now?
Well, you see Biden's chin almost fell off in that interview. Did you see that?
I was waiting for you.
Oh man, I mean, come on, guys. If that is not enough for you right there, if that's not enough for you to say that it's not a dude wearing a mask, I don't know what else is. I mean, it's like they're saying, it's like they're probably they're sitting back there going, "Shit, man, no, some of these people still aren't getting it yet." Okay, let's have Biden's chin frickin' fall off practically, and then they'll get it. Then they'll notice
Bravo,
it.
what are you trying to say, Bravo?
Yeah, what
are you trying to say?
Does it get any clearer? How does a person's chin come off and it looks like he's got a set of balls hanging from his chin?
They're gonna remove the guy. Don't you see the FBI?
Yeah, they are.
Came forward.
No, they are. They're going to remove him.
They're gonna remove him. Now the thing is,
well, what they're going to do is Kamala's not going to go up there. They're going to get Newsom in there somehow. That's what they're going to try to do. They're going to move Kamala into Feinstein's spot.
Big Mike is going to come in and take rest.
Oh, Big Mike's got too much. He's got too much. His balls are too hairy and big.
Well, you know what? I don't really worry about that right now. I'm worried about what Iran's gonna do. Right now, I'm doing my map right here. Iran. Then you got Syria shooting at the U.S. forces too. So
yeah.
Now you got the Houthis. The Houthis that go in the south that they belong to the freaking Iranian forces. They're gonna start trouble again with Saudi Arabia. This shit's getting out of control, guys. You need to talk about this shit. This is what's going on. And then you got these people in our country.
There's a reason why Israel is pausing and not just going right in there.
Well,
you know what kind of war
Bravo.
that is when you're going door to door like that. You know, Goose. That's a lot of casualty war.
Bravo.
And
the
also
reason
they had troops from the north.
The reason is the White House.
Exactly. I was just going to say
the White House.
We're the reason.
They will go there in the White House. Let them go. They're holding them down. I mean,
delay the expected invasion.
Well, I don't. Yeah, that's if he actually listens to Biden.
You know, well.
No, it's been a proven fact, and it's been reported that the whole point was, first of all, they have the greatest intelligence other than us in the world, and you're trying to tell me gliders and a big front end loader is going to sneak up and get people in there. So somebody stood down and allowed that to happen and killed a lot of innocent people, but. If Netanyahu would have jumped on it and put all of his forces down there, Hezbollah was going to strike him from the north even harder. So I mean, he didn't take the bait, and they waiting. You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't know
about Bravo. I mean, number one, the intelligence for freaking Israel. I guess they fall asleep. But one thing that's being out, ready to go. Our intelligence knew what was going to take place. It's a lot of rumors.
Egypt warned them. Egypt warned them.
Knew that this was going to take place. We knew, Bravo. We staged all day.
9/11.
This is a freaking staging right here.
Why Israel has deep staters. Israel has deep state people within their government too.
Follow the money, follow the guns, follow the weapons. We left $1 trillion in missiles and everything in Afghanistan. Think about that. They got all of our guns. They got over 52 airplanes. They got all our technology. Iran got drums, all kind of stuff. They're getting ready to fight against us.
And did you watch some of those interviews? They interviewed some of these, the ones that they captured and didn't kill right away. They interviewed these Hamas guys.
I know,
you know what they said? They were given hallucinogenics. They were given drugs that turned them into demons.
Bravo!
Basically.
Why they interviewed
That's
the
why
guys?
They went and did all the horrendous things they did.
to act like animals, to kill
They
like
were told to
animals.
do
I mean,
that.
those
Yeah,
guys,
but
they're animals,
they were
bravo.
given drugs on top of it to
Bro,
make
those
them do
people,
it.
they don't get no freaking drug. They commit suicide with a bomb strapped in their freaking chest.
They were given
They
drugs.
believe, they believe
The
in their
Israelis
cause.
interviewed the guys, and they read the interview.
Bravo, those
Yeah.
people are crazy. Those people, they're not like you and
They
I.
were told by their commanders to do whatever you wanted to do. Step on people's heads, cut their heads off, do whatever you want.
They don't need
But
no
they
freaking
said when
medicine, bravo.
they took those
Those motherfuckers are
drugs, and
crazy.
it made them crazy and turned them into
They know
animals,
they're
even more
crazy.
than
They
they
don't need
are.
no medicine. We already know they're crazy. When they strike those bombs in the chest and blow them set up, they're crazy.
Yeah.
And when they kill kids like that, the way they did, because that's what they believe. They always believe on that. Right now, we got them right here, right in our backyard, in the
Yeah.
colleges.
Yeah, to me, both of them are pawns right now. You know, the regular Palestinians that are getting killed and all their children getting wiped out right now are just as much a pawn as the poor Israelis that got slaughtered. I mean, this is bigger than that. They're trying to get us in a Middle Eastern war, Goose. You got to see that.
Bravo.
They want us in a Middle Eastern war, and they want us in an Asian war. They already got us bogged down with a damn war with Ukraine.
Bravo, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. I'm trying to tell you the plan, okay? Another thing is, I just can't understand how these people come to our country. A lot of them came the right way. I mean, they did. And they're here hating our country. We got few senators that hate our country. How we American voted for these people like this?
I don't
people
think
that
we
hate our
did.
country.
I think they've been putting in people for freaking decades now. Decades they've been able to sway the elections and put people in office. You know,
well, you might be right. They cheated twice because they got elected twice.
Yeah, I don't believe they're getting elected normally through organic means. They're being placed in there through cheating. They've been cheating for at least 20, 30 years. Easy.
Hey, Goose, did you see the article about the all female Israeli squad? There was 13 of them. They killed 100 Hamas terrorists in 14-hour gunfight.
Well, let me break the news for the audience. They're talking in the Pentagon right now as we speak about if this year hit the fan, they're going to implement the draft. So for you transgender and female, you will be included in the draft. That's the plan.
That's right. There's
so it's no exception. So you want to be a transgender and join the service like you did? Or do you have
Well, you know what,
Goose?
You send them to the front lines and they can occupy some of the homosexual Nazis on the front lines. Then the good guys come behind and slaughter them all.
Damn,
you know what I mean?
Bravo, come on. That's our forces, man. How you going to send them all like
forces.
that?
No, that's Obama's forces. Obama did all that shit.
Hey, that's our kids' blood, man. You know, hey, if they're serving our country, I mean, you know, what can you say?
Well, that's part of the whole Meta lawsuit. You see how many states are suing Meta for they're making their children mentally unstable? That's part of it, man. I mean, it's all, I think it's like 30 states or 20 some states.
Bravo. I think the gays.
Look, in my opinion, if your kid's on Facebook 24 hours a day,
they're going to be freaking mental, man. They will be.
I mean, but that's a parent problem. That's not there's nothing wrong with the kids. If the parent lets these kids be on their phones for 24 hours a day, you know.
Yeah, I think Maverick's right. Maverick's right,
Maverick, that's because even like it's a couple generations. You got to get to my generation.
Well,
it's really the last generation before all the craziness
you got to
happens.
remember, Bravo, being gay is not a crime, okay? So just to let you know, a lot of those people might be able to serve the right way. I just let you know that they're going to implement the draft for everybody.
Maybe one or two of them. You know, if they're not bending over.
I mean, Bravo, I mean, we don't want to go into detail, but there's a lot of good people. They might be gay, but, you know, but there's all the stuff. I mean, the thing that we hate is about when you trying to indoctrinate our kids. That's our main issue. And like Mary say, if you allow your kid to be in the phone 24/7, then you got an issue because you're allowing the phone indoctrinate your kids. without any supervision. Then I'm right, Maverick.
And the thing is, the reason why we have so many is because nobody's teaching history. No one's teaching that that the Babylonian Empire, the Grecian Empire, the Roman Empire, all disintegrated from within from this shit.
Bravo!
I mean?
They don't
they don't
even read the U.S. history, Bravo. You think they're gonna go all the way back to
George Washington. They had one homosexual, and he drummed him out of the military, lined them all up, and they pounded the drums, and they made fun of them as they left the military. I mean, yeah. So he's a homophobe too.
Hey, bravo. We understand
which is a new term, homophobe.
Bravo.
In our lifetime.
What's the next generation? The Gen X, whatever. I mean, bravo. Do you know they don't even know who was our first president? Hey, Mark, welcome to our show. Can you go ahead, call in? You gotta have Mark here.
We're the Gen X.
The Gen X. The Gen X, that's how you call it, Mary?
No, Gen Z is the new generation.
Okay, the Gen Z, the monkeys.
Well, hold on. Which ones are the millennials? The millennials, right? The 2000s.
I'm a millennial.
Right. So what do you have? The boomers?
1982 to 1998, if you were born in those years.
And what comes after the baby boomers?
The Gen
baby
X
boomers goes all the way to 19.
Now it's the Gen X. But
Gen
Bravo,
X
you don't even have it.
1981.
Bravo, you too old. We don't even have a letter for you.
I'm in the last part of the boomers. So what's the next one after that? What's after boomers?
Gen X.
Gen X. And then millennials after that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Bravo, you cannot blame the Gen X. Blame the previous people.
There's some good Gen X's because that was the transition point. You guys just started on the Similac shit and weren't drinking really good breast milk back then.
Well, one thing that I'm gonna.
Do you realize that Similac has less vitamins in it than dog food?
Bravo, we don't want to talk about dog food right now. We got to talk about Biden right now, okay?
I'm telling you, that's why they're all demented. Well, that's why
just to let you know, Bravo, I think looking very ugly for Trump right now. We got like three
Trump's got him right where he needs them. Trump's the five.
Hey, Mary, how many lawyers pleaded guilty the last 24 hours?
Do you see Trump crying? Did you see his motorcade? They did a
Bravo, he can't cry because he's in New York.
They did a shot from the sky of his motorcade going into New York. Now you tell me he's just a 45, an old president, for God's sake. Biden doesn't even have that many people following him.
I'll tell you what.
Obama only had 3 guys with him.
Bravo, let Mary talk. Mary, go ahead.
Yeah, man.
No, I was just gonna say he's $10,000 lighter in his pocket today.
Oh, it was 5. They give him 5,000 more.
No, you don't see him carrying, do you?
He did. He stomped out of there afterwards. He left. He just got up and left after that.
No, but the judge said he was going to put it behind bars next time.
Yeah, well, because Trump.
And what did he say? He said, "If I have to go behind bars for you guys, I will."
But he's
well, Mary, this is my question.
Wait,
could any of us get up like he didn't walk out of court like that? Hell no.
Guess what? What is he doing for us in that courtroom? Nothing. He's not doing anything for us.
The only reason he's in that courtroom is because he won't give up.
That has nothing
That's
to do
the only reason. Because he's going to run for president again.
Absolutely.
And they know he's going to kick some ass. Like Hillary said, if he ever gets in office, he will hang us all. We'll all be hung by nooses.
No. What he's doing in that courtroom has nothing to do with the American people. So let's get that straight. He's there because of business things.
It is not business shit. They just all of a sudden found business shit after he was president. He had a business for his whole fucking life. If you can't see what this is, Maverick, you're crazy.
He's not there.
Well, let me say something. Bravo, you're right, and Maverick's right, but let me tell you, I think that's very unfair what they're doing to Donald Trump.
Exactly.
But
what I'm saying. the court today is not for us. He's not there going against them for us.
I mean, Bravo, don't get me wrong. I'm going to vote for Trump even though he's in jail. My question is for the expert in our panel.
Anybody, this is
Bravo,
showing
let me
you how
finish.
fucked up the system is.
Bravo,
it's
let me
showing
finish.
you how easy anybody can be indicted for anything.
Mary,
then you got to try to prove your way all the way through the whole thing.
Bravo,
everyone else would be broke because
Can
no
you
one
mute,
else
Bravo?
could afford it.
Okay, go ahead.
Bravo, I was going to ask a question. Okay.
Let him
And
talk.
hold you horses, or we're going to mute you.
Hey, don't be muting me, guys.
Go ahead, mute him.
Don't be muting me.
This is my question. Okay. Can he run for office and be elected president if he's behind bars?
Well, unfortunately, there's nothing that says he can't be president from behind bars. There's nothing in the Constitution.
Yeah, but you can't have the person that you're running against through his DOJ prosecute the person because they're running against you and make up shit. Oh, his business practices are bad and everything. He's a criminal. How come he didn't bring this up 20 years ago, for God's sake?
Bravo,
You're bringing it up before an election. That's crazy.
Bravo, hold you horses.
And people see it for what it is, Goose. I mean,
but
any moron can see this.
Bravo, I know what you mean. I'm trying to honestly find out if he can really run in every state and be elected as a president. That's the only question.
I mean, you can check, but I guarantee you he will be running for president. I guarantee you. Nothing's going to stop him. 100%.
We know that. We know that. But if he can't be elected, let's go with DeSantis then.
The only thing that can stop him is if they convicted him of the crap about January 6th, because then they can get him on the 14th Amendment.
And sedition, yeah, we charge everybody with sedition, but we don't charge no freaking these people in these colleges. You see?
I agree with you.
And we don't charge those people going to New York City and all these other
them
states.
On sedition. I mean, and I don't even think I heard from different attorneys that they made a mistake and didn't charge him for sedition.
Bravo, we are
if they
not
were smart, they would have.
Bravo, we don't disagree with you. We're trying to educate our audience because they would like to know if Trump will be electable even though he's behind bars. That's the only question.
He's not going to
go
behind
know
bars. If they can put Trump behind bars, then we're all dead because they're going to put us eventually behind bars.
Great answer.
Well,
go ahead, Maury. Go ahead.
I think you're not going to get a straight answer out of Bravo. He's not
straight answer.
Well, Bravo
straight answers right now. You think your answers are any better than mine? Come on.
Yeah, because we're thinking realistically, and you're only.
Hey, Maury. No. Hey, Maury.
I'm saying that sometimes you guys actually sound like the other side when you're presenting things. I'm just sick of hearing the other side. I'm sick of hearing the Mockingbird lying media.
Hey,
you guys are saying a lot of the shit that they're saying. I'm tired of hearing it. It's bullshit. Majority of the American public knows it's bullshit, and they're not gonna get him. They're not gonna.
Bravo! Slow down, you horses, man. We just trying to
say whatever they want, just like in the past. All the shit they said, and they tried him through the media and everything else, and they said, we really got him this time. We really got him this time. They don't have shit.
Look. I'm going to say it again. We have no idea what's going to happen. It's all going to play out in court. If it goes the right way, it goes the right way. If it goes the wrong way, we're screwed. Period.
There you go. There you go. Let's keep it simple, Matt. There you go.
And I'm going to touch on something y'all talked about a while ago with like the 2024 Democrat nomination. If Biden's not the nominee and they install Gavin Newsom, as far as the vice presidential candidate is concerned, I mean, you have these people who have this huge hard-on for Michelle Obama to be the vice president. I hate to rain on their parade. That is all just a pipe dream, because I've heard from some reliable people that Michelle Obama is just not interested.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. That is a freaking pipe dream.
That's why they killed the freaking chef.
here's my scenario to get Michelle Obama in. Okay, we've already had it come out that Obama's gay, that he has a lover, and he wrote letters, and this guy gave him head and all this other stuff. We already know that came out, and you saw what happened
after they said we're crazy.
Right. But listen, now, I mean, what did you hear anybody say about that? Absolutely nothing. You heard crickets.
Because the media was crickets.
Maverick.
But wait, let me finish, because now I want to get to my point here. The next thing you're going to hear is Michelle. They're going to bring her out and say she's trans. All right, we're coming out, and then she's going to get, poor Michelle. She had to hide it all this time. Blah, blah, blah. That's how they're going to introduce it. And then it's just going to they're going to make it seem like it's okay because Obama's gay. Michelle's a trans. Now, now
well,
it's out.
Maverick. You're right.
Hey,
they probably would try to do something like that, but you know what it's going to go like? It's going to go the same way that Target went with their trans section. They lost like $4 billion. Nobody wants their shit because they're full of
Bravo,
shit.
watch your language.
Says, aren't they so special? Oh, they have this section for queers
Bravo, watch your language.
in their store. Nobody liked it.
Hey, Maverick.
But when it comes to the Obamas, it's completely different.
Maverick.
That's what the mainstream media tries to say.
That's true statement. Maverick.
Mainstream media.
You're absolutely right.
Anywhere that Obama goes, he draws a crowd, a big crowd. He's not drawing just a little
Not
crowd.
as big as Trump.
He's always
well, Maverick, this is my point I'm going to make. I might be crazy, but I heard this before. Trump is still running because he got to pay for the lawyers, and he can't use the campaign money. He don't have to use his money. So once all this shit's over, he might plead guilty for a few minor shit, and he go home with all his money. What do you think about that? Do you think that works?
That's a good scenario there too, Bravo. What do you think about that one?
Yeah. What do you think, Bravo, about that one?
I don't think so. I think Trump is the face of something that is a lot huger. It's not. It isn't about Trump, but Trump is the face of it, and that he was chosen to be the face of it, and he will walk through whatever he's got to walk through. No matter what they accuse him of at this last minute when he's had a business for the last 30, 40 years of his life, but all of a sudden in this time frame, they got to accuse him of everything. Even though they couldn't accuse him, they couldn't impeach him, they couldn't do the Russia bullshit on him, and it turned out to be we were right the whole time. It wasn't a conspiracy. These people are fucking losers. They're morons.
Bravo, watch your language, man. Come on, that's my job. Thank you. Thank you, Bravo. Let's allow Mark. Mark, welcome to the show.
Mark got a really loud background.
Mark, I guess he's watching the movie Police State, and he said, I think the police state is already here. Mark, come on. Let that beard go. But Bravo, don't get me wrong. I support Trump.
No, I know, and I know you guys do too. You guys do a lot of the devil's, but I'm just past all that bullshit. I'm so sick of them fucking dumping.
But you can't lose it, Bravo. You can't lose it.
I've never seen a man take this shit like he's taking it. You know
Bravo,
what I mean?
watch your language. 10 million people are listening to you.
Well, good. Maybe it'll fire him.
So, but Bravo, just do you research. Or I might do it. I just want to make sure if I vote for Trump, even though he's behind bars, I just want to make sure that my vote counts. And many Americans would like to know that.
And you know what, too? And it's like the infighting. There's a lot of infighting going on because there's infiltrators in the Patriot movement trying to, they try to slam General Flynn and all these people. I say fuck them all. You know what I mean?
No, that's right. General Flynn is a hero.
He is a fucking hero, and I'm tired of this shit.
Bravo, don't make us have to get rid of you.
All right, I'm going crazy today. Hold on. Let me just, I got to take a deep breath. Hold.
Bro, you lost it, man. You lost it.
Oh, yeah.
Go take your pill.
Goose, usually this is you. What happened? You did something, and you put this on me.
We're trying to be nicer.
Oh, okay. We're trying to be more mild-mannered,
A little more.
No, before you didn't get the message. Before the show started, I received a freaking text.
Yeah.
What's
Okay,
that?
you didn't get it, but I got it.
All right, what'd you get?
I'll let you know later.
Well, don't you give up anything here, Goose. You
No,
get don't you
I
be
know. I'm
suppressed.
asking so key questions because
All right, good.
many people are listening to us, and those are the questions they're asking. Why are gonna waste my vote if they don't gonna count it? So we gotta get the answer from an expert. If if
All right.
Trump will go to jail, go ahead,
And we
Mark.
and everybody we don't always talk
Bravo.
like this.
Let's listen
But
to
this is
Mark
heated.
now.
This is big shit going on right now.
Mark,
These damn pickle smoochers.
Mark,
How y'all doing this evening?
what's up, Mark?
You made it, Mark.
I just walked out of the movie Police State by Dinesh D'Souza and Dan Bongino, and I recommend that if you get a chance to see it, go see it.
Yes,
What did
all
you
those
learn,
other ones were good, Mark. I know. Yeah, I'm going to go see it too.
Mark? What
Yeah,
did you learn? What did you learn in this
well,
movie?
everything is headed towards a police state. Everything that they've thrown at us, whether it's the persecution of the January 6 people, whether it's the persecution of the right to life people, whether it's the fallacy of COVID-19 and all the lockdown stuff, whether it's the infiltration of Catholic churches by the FBI and categorizing them as white supremacists. I mean, it's all linked together. It's all leading towards an end, which the open borders, the idea that this great reset and I mean that came right out of the mouths of the globalists at the Economic Forum. I mean that it's not something that Tucker Carlson invented or Dan Bongino. They said it. The guy actually wrote a book about it. That's what it's entitled.
Right. But they
So
think we're stupid, and they put it right in our faces, and a lot of people don't ever see it.
Well,
I
Bravo,
think
there's no
I
that
think
see
I
it.
think
We're
we
gonna
are
see it.
stupid. I think
Yeah,
we
no,
are
we are. A
stupid.
lot of people are.
We are
Well,
stupid. Collectively, we are stupid.
Thank
We are
you, Mark.
stupid.
well, we're basically seeing a real life 1984 scenario being played out before our very eyes. Is basically what you're saying,
Absolutely.
Mark.
Absolutely. And actually, Rand Paul in the movie explicitly says that very thing. And he actually talks for a few minutes about, having saw the movie 30 years ago and then relates it to, yeah, but we got the technology to do those things now that we didn't have back then.
We're
So it's,
beyond
it's,
1984, man.
oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
But I do want to say one thing. I want to ask a question. I heard something a second ago, and I was actually pounding my steering wheel wanting to ask this question. I didn't realize that I was muted. Who was Trump chosen by? Was he anointed?
Go listen to Dr.
Who was?
Jerome
No.
Corsi.
I want to
Go
ask a
listen to
question.
Dr.
Who
Jerome
was he
Corsi.
chosen by? Who was he chosen by?
200 different military people. That's it.
Oh, for God's sakes. We are so fucking clueless. We are we are helpless. We are helpless. We are our own worst enemies, and we are going to lose in this next election so bad. And yes, he's going to jail. And I, for goddamn, do not want to be told that I'm on the other team because I got as much credibility with Donald Trump and all of his stuff as anybody. I was in his marches. I was in his Trump trains. I voted for him 3 times, but I'm done. I'm done. There are people languishing in prison in Washington, D.C. right now, and he has said nothing.
Great.
Yes?
Yeah,
I guess you're not listening
correct,
to
Bravo.
things that he's saying.
Thank you,
Oh,
Mark.
I listen all the time, and it's crickets from him. It's crickets. And he walked out on Jenna Ellis. He walked out on her. No, just because she endorsed somebody else and there was no loyalty given to him. Give me a break. He owed her to pay for those legal bills. And all those people going into those courtrooms that have taken deals, there are strings attached to those deals, and they are all testifying against him. And there's your reason that he should not be the nominee of the
We'll
Republican
see.
Party.
The only reason this is going on is because where we're at right now. That's it. That's the only reason.
And the 200 military advisors that he supposedly controls. Give me a fucking break. That's the most stupid, idiotic thing I think I've ever heard in my life.
Oh my God, Mark. Mark, you're so angry right now.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm angry. I'm angry at the fucking stupidity being displayed by your ass.
Yeah, right. Like you fucking know everything.
No, I don't. But I know we're not going to elect a goddamn convicted felon president of the United States. I know that.
He's not going to be thrown in jail. If you think that, then you're pretty naive. Then you're like, you're stuck on this.
If you think he's not, if you think he's not,
I do.
Well, you got to. The truth is coming, buddy. The truth is coming.
All right.
And he doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve it, but he's going to get it. He's going to get it. He's going to be walked to jail.
Yeah, right. Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, we will.
Mark, you're going to have a heart attack, buddy. Calm
no,
down.
I'm good to go, man. I'm good to go. I'm locked and loaded. I'm locked and loaded.
Yeah.
Take it easy, buddy.
You're good. You're fine, Mark. Keep going.
Stupid people that want to believe that Trump is in charge of anything right now. He's not. He's walking out on his people.
I don't believe that. I don't believe it for a minute.
Well, Jen Ellis, Mark Meadows.
He's being attacked just as much as the January 6th people
the mayor of New York.
Hung out to dry. What are you talking about?
Hang on.
The only reason he's doing this is because he was the president.
They are turning on him because they made deals.
Talk over each other. Nobody can hear if you guys are talking over each other.
Well, it goes so long.
Hang on.
It goes so long. Mark's yelling too much.
All right. Just take a breath for a second. In Mark's defense, I want to say something. In Mark's defense, hang on, Mark. I'm going to mute you just for a second because
I'm good.
Just hang on. In Mark's defense, he's what he was saying about Trump not saying anything about January 6ers or anything. Me and Goose were talking about this yesterday. I think it was. How all the people who were for Trump and helping Trump, like Mike Lindell, Sidney Powell, Rudy Giuliani, and you can go, the list goes on, have all been, now look at them. They've all either lost their licenses to be a lawyer. They're being sued for millions and millions of dollars, and Trump has just abandoned them. You can't say he hasn't, because he hasn't kicked in a dime to help any of these people who stood by him through everything. Through the whole 2020 election stuff, they pushed it. Now they're paying the price, and he's distanced himself from everybody.
All the founders either lost all their wealth, they lost everything. They didn't have anything at the end of the war was over. They lost all their friends, they lost their families, they lost their houses were burnt to the ground. I mean, this is a fucking war. What do you think the hell it is?
So I'm going to have to drop you.
This is a war. What do you think it is?
Second of all, that's bull crap, and you know it.
And Mark is cursing, so block him.
And I told him the same thing. That's why he's not talking right now.
No, Mark didn't curse.
Yes, he did.
Well, he dropped a few F-bombs and took God's name in vain.
That's just two. Those just two times.
You know what? He can.
Harry, nobody asked you.
He's entitled to his thing. I'm not mad because he said all that. I don't give a shit what he thinks. He has his opinion, and I have my opinion. I've done more research than the majority of people have done research on this shit.
Look, you just blew off what I said. All that stuff is true. Trump has distanced himself from all the people that put their lives and their livelihoods, everything on the line for him. What's he going to do then? Or he's going to get elected.
Because this is real, Maverick.
But it has nothing to do with it.
This is real, Maverick. So they're still walking through all this shit.
Trump's no savior, Bravo.
They're walking through all this shit.
But Trump's the only one coming out smelling like roses.
Everybody
He
else
is.
is they're
It doesn't
law-like.
look like he's coming out
According to
smelling
you,
like roses to
no,
me.
according to you, he's coming out smelling like roses. He doesn't have anything
In
to
the
worry
end,
about because he's
right?
going to
And
get off of everything.
if he
But
gets back in,
meantime,
don't you think he'll pardon all those people?
Hell he's
yeah.
walking all over everybody else who's
He will
put their
get back in.
money where their mouth is for him, and now he's not doing anything for them.
Yeah.
I think I call that as bullshit. Is what I call
Well,
Well, Mary, bravo.
you
Maybe
need to
Trump's
go. I
gonna.
mean, I
maybe
believe Dr. Jerome Corsi over you, whose reputation is impeccable. Over you guys don't fucking know shit. He was right there. He knows.
Yeah,
I
he's
believe what he
losing
said.
all his money too.
It's not something he was invited.
Yeah,
maybe
go-
maybe he
go
wasn't
ahead,
anointed, like Mark
Go
said, anointed,
Go
but
ask
he was
Doug
invited
Lindell if
to
he's
run.
happy that he's losing all his money because of Trump. Losing his
And Trump has lost over what? He said like $1 billion of his wealth by being
no,
president.
no campaign money.
Yeah.
Exactly. His lawyers, he's paying his lawyers with campaign money that he's getting from everybody else. He's not using his own money. So what are you talking about, Bravo? He hasn't put a dime.
Who says that you can use campaign money
He's
for
using it.
legal defense?
He's
And if
already
you can,
using
then he probably is. I don't know all the laws for
Well,
that.
that's my point.
I'm not a legal
Bravo.
scholar with that. Neither are you. So
He's using campaign money, and that's the point. I mean,
Right.
why he don't use the campaign money to defend these other people?
Exactly.
Maybe he can't. I don't know what the campaign laws are.
But he's reaping benefits himself, though, isn't he? Everybody else.
Well, because he's running for
losing
president and he is
everything
he is the candidate.
Give me a break.
You guys
Why
need to know the
not?
laws
Why-
before you
why
go
should he
stealing
pay
stuff
for
like
his
that.
Eagles? Why
I
should
just know that his ads show up on my Facebook page every day asking
And I
for
listen
money.
to what he's saying. And I guess you don't believe him when he says they're not going to be able to cheat like they did last time. We'll
Oh,
make
they're going
sure
to
of
cheat.
that.
Oh, they're going to cheat.
So he's a
They're
fucking
gonna cheat.
liar. That's what you're telling me.
Oh, they're going to cheat.
Yeah, they're already cheating.
Oh, well, I mean, they're going to cheat somehow, but not enough to be able to win this time, just like they
Yeah, they
did
are.
in 2016.
Bravo. Most likely, we won't have no freaking presidential freaking
I'm
election.
just saying, there's a God element
And
to all this.
the
shit,
only
too.
question
There's
that
a God
I ask is, if the guy's behind bar, I don't think he can run for freaking president.
It's in their wet dreams, Goose. They'll never get him behind bars.
Bravo. If he go behind bar, you're gonna commit suicide. So God bless
I
you.
am not. I'm not. I don't. You don't see me worried about it. I'm not worried about it, and I don't see Trump worried about it. I see the press. I see the press saying he's going to get 1,000 years and all this stuff. I don't see Trump crying about it or worried. I watch all this stuff. I know.
Bravo's gonna go to a freaking depressed stage that he won't
I
show
am
to the
not
show for a
depressed.
few
I am
months.
fine.
Bravo,
I'm fine.
Bravo's in tight with. He talks.
I'm just saying. I see things a little. I see things different than you guys do.
He's not going to win. He's not going to win. He's not going to win.
Well, Bravo, put your money where your mouth is. So how much you want to bet?
Something Trump's not doing. Put your money where
Once he becomes nominee, there isn't anything they can do about it.
So how much money do you want to bet?
winning the. Listen, winning the.
Once he
primary
becomes the
and
nominee
winning
for
the-
president, there's nothing they can do about it.
Guess what? But it doesn't mean crap.
He's
can
going to win.
the primary. He can be the
He's
nominee.
gonna win.
He's still got to win the. He's got to win the election.
Guys,
Dude,
if
like-
we pray
He
enough,
had 74 million votes last time, and Biden got 80 million in the basement, but that doesn't count.
And oh, by the way, he's not going to debate him one single time. If he is the nominee, Biden will never debate him because he won't take the stage with a convicted felon.
Biden can't even find his way off the stage when he sets a step.
That's going to be their excuse, though. That's going to be their excuse, though, and then he will win.
I know.
well, bravo.
Guys,
Mark is not against Trump.
You guys, I'm just sick.
Bravo. Mark's not against Trump. He just saying that we need to change.
I'm not against you guys. I'm not against you guys.
that,
I'm just,
you know-
I'm sick of hearing this fucking shit about Trump.
Heck, F-bomb.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say
Bravo,
that. Maverick.
mute yourself. Mute yourself.
Mute yourself.
We're trying to be good, but this is passionate. We're not a bunch of morons here.
Bravo, but he should have freaking defend these people. He's right. He's like, you commit the crime together, but now you leave me alone.
No, he's trying to get through court himself right now. They haven't stopped with him since he came down the escalator, for God's sake.
What he gonna
The
do?
guy's
He
still
gonna
fighting.
pardon them once he win the
He's
election?
the first president. He's the first president in our history, modern history, that's ever had to go through all this shit after he's been president. Why are they going after a nobody who has no power
Mark,
after he's president?
I got a
Because they
question,
know
Mark.
something's going on. That's why.
Mark, I got a question. What about the state police? How that's gonna work? I mean, they're gonna create the new police departments where they're gonna be taking people to jail, people who are against the government, just like a communist country.
Yeah, they described lists that the intelligence agencies, the FBI, NSA, that they have compiled on people, just based on your Google searches, your political affiliations, all of this stuff. It was done in detail, and these lists have been compiled, and that they will come after you.
Yeah,
that means that
Hillary said that we all need to go through we have to go through concentration camps and be
Bravo, they got your name all over the FBI.
Well, Goose, they do commanders of.
Okay, I'll look for it. I can get off the phone here a little bit.
But
No,
Bravo,
I'm good, man. I'm good.
They go after the 26-year people first. Us 6-year people, they don't go after us.
Bravo, they got your name all over.
Hey, I just I advise everybody to see the movie because it's very enlightening.
We
very
will.
enlightening.
Hey, Mark, can you give a free ticket, please?
Hey, listen, I think the showings are already done. There's going to be one on the internet on Friday, but the theaters, they're done with it. Tonight was the last showing.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, you have to get it online on Friday now.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Eric said that Pelosi didn't do their job. You're right, Eric. San Francisco looked like shit big time.
Well,
You know, the other striking thing that was abundantly clear, and we all know this from because we lived it. You know, the unequal justice. Okay, what they're doing to people that don't politically think like, what they're doing with them, but then they let the Antifas and the BLM rioters and all of those guys and gals go.
We talked about that in the show, yeah, we did.
Yeah, we were talking that earlier, Mark. I think it was last I heard it was 55 police officers were killed that summer. How many police officers were killed by MAGA people at the January 6th?
And in fact,
they
the people
to say
that defended,
one, but it turned out that they lied.
The people that defended Lafayette Park when they took over that park and besieged the White House, the police departments were reprimanded for instigating it.
Yeah.
So
when they burn out the place. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. It's very difficult. The only thing that we ask is if we're gonna stay together, we stay together. Don't start freaking abandoning us and don't freaking providing the help that we need to get out of this freaking shit. You know, now maybe he's thinking about if he get elected, Mark, he's gonna pardon them and return the money. I don't know how he's gonna do it to repay back to all these people.
Mark, why would he be saying stuff like when I get back in there, like just a few days ago, he said this, when I get back in there, he goes, and he said this once before, but he said it a different way. He said, with all that's going on, the people had to see it. He goes, now they'll accept how we have to deal with things to get things back in order, and they won't complain about it. He's going to use a heavy hand when he's back in there, I'm telling you.
Bravo, and
Junior. Donald Jr. said the same thing. When my dad gets back in, the gloves are coming off.
But my point is, what else are they going to say? Are they going to say, "Oh, well, my dad's not going to get in"? Of course they're going to.
Why would he say that if he's not going to get back in? He's going to look pretty stupid if he doesn't, right?
Well,
Bravo, making all these commitments.
Bravo, I hope you're right.
Videos like every other day. You can go online and get him on Telegram and stuff like that. And he tells exactly what he's going to do. How he's going to get rid of the Department of Energy and Department of Education and change all this stuff. He's coming out now with policy things saying
Bravo.
exactly what he's going to
It's
do.
not that he's going to
Now,
eliminate
that's
the
pretty
Department of
stupid and pretty
Education.
bold for
He just
somebody who's
go-
going to
he
spend
just
$1,000
gonna give-
I gotta
in
finish
jail.
this.
Bravo. He's just going to give the power to the
Okay,
state.
I'll look for him in a minute. Okay.
Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, I just think that we're fooling ourselves if we think that we don't have a better candidate out there.
Yeah.
I mean, all you got to do is look at him when he starts talking about the Israeli attack, okay? And all of a sudden he brings Soleimani into this whole thing and how Netanyahu didn't take it very well and took credit for it and all this stuff. I mean, he failed as a diplomat right there because 13 or 1400 Israelis were just massacred, and all of a sudden he wants to a petty dispute with Netanyahu over the killing of some Iranian general. That's the time to bring that up. It would be like me going in to your mother's funeral and saying, you never paid me that $10 you owed me. I mean, that's classless, and it's as wrong. It's as wrong as Caitlyn Jenner's uterus.
Oh God, that's horrible, Mark. Okay, well, hey, why isn't anybody asking how the greatest Mossad and intelligence agency in the Middle East could allow something like that to happen, like a stand down, like a 9/11
I want to stop you right there because the word you just said.
9/11 event.
You just used the word allowed. So what you're implying there is that they allowed it to happen. It was deliberate. That it was deliberate. And I think that's almost obscene, sir. That's obscene. Yeah, it's obscene that you would think that the Israeli government. As a matter of fact, I almost call it. I almost say that it's anti-Semitic. It's anti-Semitic.
And little hand gliders get to a fence that the greatest military in the Middle East and intelligence gathering or apparatus in the Middle East can't figure that out.
We got that 9/11 here.
50th anniversary to the
Bravo.
day that they
We got 9/11 here.
I can't believe that you would say that the Israelis allowed that to happen to their own people.
I'm saying
I cannot believe you would say that. I think that is so beyond the pale of decency. I don't even know how to respond to it. I don't even know how to respond to some anti-Semitic bigotry like that.
It's not anti-Semitic.
No, I think it very much is.
No,
I think it is. I think it is. And oh, by the way, I think I've heard something about last time I listened to this show about 5 Zionist bankers that control the media in the world. Good God. Is this really where we're at?
Yeah. Hey, Mark,
is this really where we're at? You believe that crap? You believe that crap?
I do.
You really believe that crap?
I also believe that as well, and I believe that he's very dead on right. Then what I also believe is that you. What I also believe is that you have some hard truths to look at.
Yeah,
I think I got some. I got research. I certainly don't want to be reading the sites that you guys read. I can tell you that because it's some weird bullshit. It's some weird stuff. It's some weird stuff, and we're all involved in this cult of Trump.
Bravo, but when you talk like that, bravo.
Cult of Trump.
I wasn't on the show last fucking week. Don't start putting shit on me with it.
Bravo, when you talk like that, it's like saying 9/11, we knew about it.
Yeah,
9/11 was an inside job. Wake up.
For God's sakes. Oh, for God's sakes. You know what?
But see, the difference is the two of you. The difference is the two of you took vaccines as well. So the difference is the two of you took vaccines as well, right? Okay, so the mainstream stuff is over with, right? So I don't know what you're talking about. We're looking at some crazy stuff. You'll have to be more specific.
You're talking to which one, Bravo or Mark?
I'm supporting your opinions, Mr. Bravo. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no way that those people made it past the Iron Dome undetected. You got to be kidding me. something is not right. We could speculate. We could go back and forth and try to iron out, there's
But
the
you
most
can't
keen
say
perception
that
and everything.
deliberately
But the
did
bottom
that.
We're
line
not
is,
saying that people didn't get slaughtered.
No.
They did.
No,
They did.
what you're saying is that they knew and they allowed to happen. That's the thing.
Exactly.
correct. Yeah,
Somebody,
that's it.
somebody
That's it.
stood down. We don't know who did.
But that's it.
how
Those from the
happened.
freaking Israel,
Somebody
they won't
did.
do that shit. It's no way.
Oh, come on.
I guess.
They interviewed different IDF and said that a gnat couldn't get through that. A gnat.
So blame our country because we knew about it. Why we didn't do shit?
Well, there was some things that some contracts were coming up at the end of September and everything with collecting intelligence and all this crap. There's a lot of things that have been going on about that.
Bravo, it's not failure. People could fail. It could be a failure. I mean, things happen.
Right.
You just can't say that delivery done
And two jet aircraft that are made out of aluminum can go through 14-inch thick walls of a building too.
Nah, bro, we are not talking about 20 years ago. We're talking about what happened in Israel. And you saying that they allowed
it is a tragedy. The Israelis were slaughtered.
Failed. They did
you know
fail.
what?
The system
There's a
failed.
lot more of the other
It's not any system perfect. The only perfect is God. That's it.
Right.
Anything could happen.
I'm saying I watched the videos.
Do you think they
the
want
front end loader,
250 kids slaughtered and killed the way they did? I don't think they want that, bro.
It took them like 15 minutes to get through the fence with that front end loader. You don't think somebody could have been there with a helicopter and blew the shit out of them? Come on, Goose. You're more intelligent than that. I don't want to hear it. I'm not blaming anybody because I don't know who did it.
But
all I'm saying is it doesn't smell right.
But no, okay, you could say that. You could say that it doesn't smell right. It's okay, but you can't say they allowed it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was a very good heated discussion here, but I'm sorry we're out of time.
Hey, we don't put no punches.
Well, we'll do it all again next week.
Sorry for all the curses, Maverick.
I want to thank everybody who came out tonight. I want to thank Shane. I want to thank everybody. Make sure you go to realjanuary6.com. You can do your part there. You can help these guys out. Bravo. If you're done with your F-bombs, you want to drop a prayer?
Yes.
Yeah, ask for forgiveness.
I need
Repent
that.
yourself.
Yes, I will.
Repent yourself.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, Lord. We just pray to forgive us for our stupidness, Lord, and the things that we say. And Lord, we just pray that every day is a new day with you, that we learn more. Open the eyes of your children, Lord. And thank you for just loving us, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All
Thank
right.
you, Bravo.
Next week, Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully, if everything goes good.
Hey, you could say whatever you
God
want
willing,
to.
if
Don't
we're all
curse,
still
please.
here.
Yeah. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Make sure you
Mark, thank you for coming to the show. Bravo.
And I love you, Mark.
Hey, this is Alex Jones. If you're looking for a true American podcast, listen to my friends Maverick and Goose live every Wednesday night.
My people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the fact. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flag. American flag. American flag. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flag. I ain't never gonna pretend that I give a damn. Anybody who's offended, come get it, we throwing hands. Anybody not trying to make America great again, you a punk, you a clown, better know where I stand. I'm the white boy with the middle fingers in the air, dog. We don't give a what. 100 white boys gonna hold me down anywhere, dog. We think that you suck. My patriots the craziest, they ain't afraid of breaking fists on faces. If you really wanna taste of this, no safety tip, just aim the stick and spray the clip. I pray you miss, cause if you don't, they gon' go wacko. Automatic gun smoke like tobacco. Never hit a lady, but it's pretty hard to tell if you're a girl or a they, them, there's these, that, those. I ain't never gonna take a knee for the anthem, smack them. I don't give a damn, can't stand them. Gang full of randoms, fan with a handgun, run up in your mansion, leave it all abandoned. I was raised to be brave, to the grave, United States. We love the country that they've been corrupting, go woke and go broker if you ain't awake. My people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the fact. enough come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. American flags. American flags. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American
Got that
flags.
AKA all Draco, leave you stankin', break your ankles. I'm not hearing what you saying. Hit the pavement, now you seeing angels. It get dangerous, go against the Patriots. Got all the bangers. Take a look inside my closet. You gon' see way more than hangers, hammers like I do construction. Ammo, I'ma shoot at something. Why you think we own these guns? So we could just go do some hunting. You must not pay close attention. Government, they want division. Only treason if you lose. I guarantee we come out winning. Let my flag fly high like eagles. I would die for all my people. You can't change me with procedures. I'm about freedom, you about evil. Leave you hanging from the ceiling like chandeliers in cathedrals. Never have the safety on, and when we run out, we just reload.
My people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the fact. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. American flags. American flags. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. Every time we pull up, you see stars, you see stripes, you see flags on the cars and the trucks and the bikes. Every time we pull up, we go hard, we outside, we got flags on our arms that are tatted there for life.
Every time we pull up, we don't care if you mad. We cherish this land, the haters can't get buried.